Working in production, we're going to always have a lot of computers. Different computers for different things. So for instance, SuperRack Performer. If you have a computer dedicated to Waves SuperRack Performer, you have to have a keyboard, a mouse, and a monitor all connected to that computer at all times. There's one product that I really like, and I own a couple of them, and it is called the JetKVM. What a KVM is it stands for the Keyboard Video Mouse. And this particular KVM allows us to control a computer over a network cable. So you can connect this network port into your switch of your church or venue network or whatever, and then you can connect the HDMI cord into the HDMI port, and then the USB-C into your USB connection on that computer. And then you can actually control everything about that computer as if you were running with a dedicated keyboard, mouse, and monitor, but remotely. So let me show you it. Now, one thing that's really helpful about doing it this way is maybe you have a computer that you don't need to have access to all of the time. So for instance, option 1 of the DFeedback AI plugin that I'm going to be making some videos about. I don't need to always have access to this, and I don't want to take up a full keyboard, mouse, and monitor just for this computer, because it's not going to be something I'm adjusting all the time. So this is a perfect use for a IP-based KVM. Now, we see this IP address here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a browser, and I'm going to go to this IP address. And then I'm going to go to 10.0.10.219. Now, what's great about the JetKVM is it allows me to put a password in there so that I have to enter in the correct password to be able to actually control that computer, which is SMAART. In which case, it opens up, and now we can see that this computer has already booted up, and I have full control over the mouse, I have full control over the keyboard, I have full control over this computer now. And what's great is this can just sit in a window on maybe one of my show computers that I'm already using. So maybe I have a dedicated computer just for Spotify or SMAART or QLab, that sort of thing. I can utilize just a web browser on that computer to be able to control this computer where I have my JetKVM plugged in. Now, one thing to mention about this, I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I'm not trying to push their product. You can get any IP-based KVM and do the same thing that I'm showing you today. Now, as far as the connections on the back here, we have a network port, a power going into the USB, as well as a HDMI cable coming from here off of the computer.